Is it still possible to get all your meals in the city, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all for under $12 a meal?
In this series, we're gonna find out.
We're Doug and Jamie, and if you're new to our corner of the internet, welcome. We're usually somewhere between camping in our self-converted part-time camper van. It's so pretty!
Today is testing me.
Challenging ourselves with new experiences.
We're gonna go jump in this river now.
I hate this so much.
Oh, it's cold.
Oh, the boys!
Draining. I can't believe people do this for fun. We're hoping for some more international travel in our future. And of course, one of our biggest loves of all is food. I mean, that's why you're here, right? We're no strangers to challenges, but with the cost of living rising, we wanted to put ourselves to the test while eating some delicious food along the way. And that's how this series was born. So let's have some fun. Good morning!
Good morning, good morning.
It is 9 a.m. We are in the CBD of Melbourne, Victoria.
We found a place to park the van, thank God. Harder than I remember doing it, but all that stress of driving around the city means I'm hungry for some breakfast.
We have 4 locations to tackle today, and we tried to pick something like breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack vibes so that there's options for all sorts of occasions. Let's see how we do, because I'm a little nervous that some of the menu prices have changed.
That is exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah, I'm really nervous about it, because even when we're doing the research for this series, some of the prices had changed, so you just never know what they're going to be when you get there.
If the prices aren't under $12, we're gonna have to think really quick. Maybe go to some fast food courts. I don't know what we're gonna find. The thing I've noticed popping up in this city, I don't know if you've noticed this as well, is that more and more restaurants have started putting little stickers over the menus so they can keep adjusting the prices. There's no problem at all out there.
Inflation, you're getting out of control, okay? So the fact that we are attempting this series is a bit crazy. Some people say it can't be done, but we're gonna give it a good red hot crack. All right, let's go. This was one of the places that we looked at online, and the only thing that they had available for under $12 was the vegetarian option. And something tells me that Doug doesn't want to go vegetarian today.
I'd up the budget instead.
A dip for $12.
Jesus!
Even their veggie option, $17.
We spent so long researching this to try and find a burger that was under $12, and you will never believe what we have found. The Big Aussie Burger, mate.
I don't know when we're gonna fit this into the series, but it's going in the series.
I figure if something has increased with inflation and it's no longer $12, this is our backup.
Yeah.
We come and get a Big Aussie Burger.
We're getting a Big Aussie Burger, boy!
I love how this has worked out. Is that chicken bun me $10?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Well, that's an approach, isn't it?
Another backup location has been found. Let's go. Another backup option has been found just while we were walking to the first place. It's called Bun Me Stand, and it is a chicken bun me for $10. If you don't know what bun me is, we're gonna show it in this series, but we might go back to that one if one of the places has got a price increase.
Or we might just add on another episode of the series, because we have found some good deals, and we've only been in the city for a couple of hours. So it makes me really excited. I think we're gonna have to make this like a 5-part series or something. Any excuse to come to the city to eat, I think. So the original location that we found, it didn't exist, so we are going to one of their other locations, because apparently they have 3. So let's see what we find.
Some of you guys might remember Gotham Donuts. We did it when we went to a donut festival, and it was the one that sold out completely. Looks like they have some in stock finally. I can highly recommend this place if you want a donut in Melbourne. Go back and check that one out if you want a taste test of those donuts.
So we just arrived at the first spot, and I honestly thought that they were going to be smaller because they're called petite baguettes.
Yeah.
They're big.
They're not petite.
And we're hungry. $17.27 for these 2 giant sandwiches. Insane. We've got our B3 sandwiches. They smell so good, and I love that they toast them.
I know. I didn't know that was an option.
We just found a bench on the sidewalk because there's nowhere to sit there. It's near the Centerway Arcade down Flinders Lane. It was a little confusing to find this location, but it was worth it.
This place really reminded me kind of like New York. Like, because there's no seats on the side, it's down an alleyway, it's very like Melbourne alleyway, keep it moving. The prices of everything there was about $9 for all the sandwiches.
Yeah.
So it seems like somewhere like if you worked around this area or you were just super hungry and wanted a quick feed, run down an alleyway, grab a quick Sambo.
Yeah.
They look so filling.
And they're quick. Oh my God. Flaky crust, and they toast it for you. It's flaky, the cheese is gooey. So we got a salami one, then we got a chicken schnitzel. Schnitzel. Honestly, they're way bigger than I thought. When it said petite baguette, I thought it was going to be like half of a baguette. But it's like, it's a good like Subway 6-inch.
Yeah.
Mine was $8 and Doug's was $9, but all of them are between, I think, $7 to $9.
Yeah.
So there's something for everyone. My mouth's watering.
Let's do this. Ready?
Yeah.
Yeah?
1, 2, 3.
Perfect. Chicken schnitzel, lots of mayonnaise, crunchy bread, $9. Cannot go wrong.
Oh, this cucumber. This is a perfect, like, I'm on the go. I need something quick, filling, and not gonna break the bank. But because it is in one of those laneways, you gotta put up with some of the hagglers that will try and get you to come into their restaurant.
I like it. It reminds me of Thailand. Also, I feel like the ingredients are way fresher than Subway, yeah?
The sandwiches aren't complicated at all. They all use very simple ingredients, just like a protein, some cheese, some mayo, and some lettuce. So it's really nothing extravagant, but that's all you need when it's one of those quick, busy kind of days and you just need something that is going to fill you up.
I think that's what we're going for in this series. Affordable, tasty, mildly filling for $12. And this hits that for $9.
The bread is so good. I just want to eat the bread.
I like this one more.
Really?
Yeah.
The mayo they used on this one, it tastes like a really sweet, cheap mayo. It's not like a QP, like Japanese mayo. I feel like that would hit the spot. It's very sweet. I didn't know that there was olives in that one. And I took a bite and I was like, taken back.
I'm out.
And then I gave it to him and we swapped. We'll see you guys at the next one.
So me and Jamie were like brainstorming on the way to the next one, and we think there's going to be some criteria for these places that we go to. Number one is going to be the vibe check. How is the vibe of the place? Number two is going to be what's the location and how easy is it to find and even to get to. Then number three is going to be the portion size, because we are doing this like budgeted meal. So how big is the portions of what we're getting? And finally, if we were not on a budget, what is the thing on the menu that we would get? What is the biggest thing that we would get?
Everything!
Go, go, go! Go, 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 go!
I hope we can sit inside because it's so cold. Alright, we just arrived at Kim Sing, and this one kept popping up in our research, so I'm excited to try it out as our second place. The items are $12.50, okay, so I know we kind of broke the budget, but I can't remember. I swear when we researched it, it said $12, so just ignore that part, or bring a 50-cent coin. We are nice and warm inside Kim Sung. We are pretty much the only people here besides the staff, and I'm here for it. They only opened like a half hour ago. I'm excited.
I'm excited for it too. It feels very authentic. The vibe check of the place is they put numbers next to everything on the menu because, and I mean this with love, I don't know if English is the #1 language here, so to make it simpler, it's just numbers on a menu. But
yeah.
It's efficient, and I'm all for it.
I like that they do the numbers because there's so many items to choose from. It just makes it easier because there's vegetarian options, there's meat, beef, chicken, fish, beef, pork, all the things. So I got a honey chicken and Doug got a satay chicken, and all the meals come with steamed rice if you want to add on fried rice or noodles, you can do so for $1, which I think is very reasonable. I feel like most places would do like $4 upcharge. So it's very reasonable prices. On the tables, they have some soy sauce, tissues, salt and pepper, cutlery, chopsticks, and chili paste. So you get all your fixings right here on the table, and there's lots of seating in here, so you'll find a table.
I feel like this is one of those places that fills up.
Yeah.
When it gets busy in here.
Yeah.
It's got that
Like
vibe,
dinner?
it punches out. Food, quick and good.
I didn't finish my whole sandwich, so I put the other half in the backpack because I was really excited for this spot.
Let's see what happens when it gets in.
Yeah.
The spot's on Flinders Lane, just a little bit more towards Southern Cross Station.
Okay, and second of all, the food came out so quickly, and I don't know if that's because we are the only ones here, but it came out so quickly. It's nice and warm, so we're gonna dig in and see what this is all about.
Portion size? Great. Full plate. Portion size is spot on. $12.50. Not bad at all.
The taste. I thought mine would be a little bit more saucy. Yours is super saucy.
Very saucy. You got sauce on the bottom of yours. You got
A little
sauce
bit.
around, yeah.
Crunchy, golden batter. I do wish it was a little more saucy for the honey chicken.
Satay, let's go. That's a good satay. Some satays are very spicy. This one is mildly spicy, not too spicy, but it's good. That's nice.
Satay is like peanut buttery, right?
Yeah, but sometimes they make it really
Spicy.
mix a lot of spice into it. Don't know why.
Try this though.
Oh well.
It doesn't have enough honey sauce on it. It's like a drier batter. Yeah.
The batter is tasty, but it needs more drizzle on it. Low drizz levels on this one, I would say.
I'm not tasting enough honey. But the chicken is delicious.
Yeah. Get some of that in you, mate.
Yeah, it does have a little kick to it. I like that a lot. It reminds me of like a Japanese curry.
Yeah, it's not very satay, is it? It's more curry.
Yeah. And then it's like, if you came with like a group of people, you could get a bunch of different dishes, add on fried rice for $1. I think that's a great steal.
There is also a fried chicken option up at the counter. I think it was $10, I think. 10 pieces of fried chicken, maybe it was $13 for 10 pieces of fried chicken. Pretty good.
You didn't tell me about that.
Considering again that everything in here is between $12.50 and $14.50, do you feel like eating on a budget at this place is making you miss out on anything? To me, it would just be upping this to fried rice. That would be it.
Yeah, and that's only an extra $1.
Yeah.
So for $13.50, fried rice and good portion of chicken. That's pretty good. Also, don't make fun of my chopstick use. I'm trying to get better at using chopsticks this year. It's one of my personal goals. So whenever I have the option to use chopsticks, I've been using them more.
You're doing very well.
I don't know if I'm getting better, but
You're eating rice with chopsticks. That's
Yeah.
hard to do. You're doing good.
I honestly don't know how we're going to fit anything else in.
Yeah, I was thinking we're going to need to get some takeaway containers.
Chinese food in the US versus here is so different. Vastly different. Like, I think honey chicken is one of the closest things that reminds me of Chinese food back in the US. But it's something that I miss a lot because even when I eat Chinese food here, it doesn't like fix the craving because it's not the same.
It's a different flavor.
It's a different flavor, but a lot of the menu items are actually different.
Yeah.
Like the beef spare ribs, like all that kind of stuff you don't get here.
Yeah. It was weird.
Yeah, he experienced Chinese food in the US last time we went, and he was just like, what is all this? Is not on Chinese food menus in Australia. And crab rangoons.
Crab rangoon? We don't have crab rangoon.
If you've ever wondered how food vloggers eat it all in these kind of episodes, honestly, I don't know how they do it, but we're taking some of it home, okay? We just asked them for a container so we could take some of this home. I'm getting so full. Yeah, we already have half a sandwich and now this. So I don't know how the other ones do it, if they just waste the food. But this is how we're doing it. A little transparency for you. What are you looking for? I I take that back. The satay one actually gets spicier as you eat it. But I still loved it. I loved the kick. If you're not really a fan of spice, don't get the satay.
Might be a bit much.
We're still taking it home. It's getting so cold and windy outside, so honestly, I just need a minute to digest and be out of the cold. Okay, I'm real cold.
You'll never believe what we just saw. These cops are giving this car a fine off the back of their horse, mate. The city. You never know what you'll see.
You think you've seen it all? Everyone's taking photos with the horse. To Melbourne's biggest tourist attraction.
Cop is on a horse. Let's go.
We have digested, we have caffeinated, and we are at the next location. And this one is known for its chicken, but there's something on this menu that you probably wouldn't expect, or at least I didn't. And I'm definitely not eating it.
I'll get it for us, guys. Let's go.
This is something that I've noticed popping up more and more in the city, and it's these self-order machines that I've seen already at places like McDonald's, but I'm a fan of them. I'm a fan of them. Sometimes I just don't want to talk to people. Today's not one of those days, but I mean, $21 for 2 items. Let's see if they're worth it. Fun fact, I used to live around the corner from this place, and I used to see people walking down the street eating this stuff, and I've always wanted to try it, and I'm finally going to check it off the list. So, introducing Hot Star Chicken.
It's so big.
Look at this. It's a giant piece of chicken,
Pull it
deep
out of the
fried.
cardboard.
I don't want to because it might fall apart. Yeah, it's a huge piece of chicken. Like, the bottom's down here. It's the size of my head. Look at this, crispy, crispy chicken. I believe this is Taiwanese street food. So, this is one of the most popular items. It's $11.90. Honestly, this could feed both of us right now. We are a bit full from breakfast and lunch. But I'm excited. It smells so good.
I will say, I will say they're made fresh to order, so there is a little bit of a wait time. And when they say street food, they mean street food. There are no seats there. There's that little kiosk. It's a digital screen. You order it. There's one chicken there. She is pumping out the chicken wings as fast as she can. But it does smell worth it. It
Yeah.
smells so good.
You're gonna need a lot of napkins because it gets greasy. Oh my god. A seagull just tried to get this out of my hand. He's just swooped right over us. So we better get to eating this. But not only do they specialize in this delicious chicken, they have something else on the menu that Doug,
Seagulls are on
it has something else on the menu that caught Doug's eye.
Ladies and gentlemen, squid, skewered, and deep
Tentacles.
fried. Tentacles. I'm gonna look straight up like that.
This is a legitimate testicle. A tentacle, not a testicle.
Although I would eat a squid testicle.
When I eat like calamari, it's not like squid testicle. Why do I keep saying that?
I don't know.
Squid tentacles.
Yeah, the arm
Tentacles.
part. The other part. Part that dangles between the arms.
So yeah, these are tentacles. Oh, so this is just a bag of tentacles. Tentacles. So yeah, I don't mind calamari, like the rings, but the tentacles, it's just giving Squidward.
It's more.
It's just giving who lives in a pineapple under the sea.
It's got more of an aesthetic when it's not in rings, calamari rings.
Yeah, it looks a little bit more lively. The tentacles.
Chuck it down there in the comments. Would you eat a squid's tentacle or a bag of tentacles? Let us know. I think Jamie is going to tackle the chicken.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
gonna tackle the
tackle the
chicken. He's gonna get the tentacles. And the tentacles, I'm not gonna stop saying that
Yeah.
word. The squid was $8.50 and the chicken was $11.90. So, it's up to you.
You go.
Okay, I'm gonna take a bite. Wow, 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 flavor bomb. Wow, so juicy. So much flavor.
It's good chicken. It's not dry.
Oh my, Doug, take a bite. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Wow. It's so tender.
That's wild.
It's so tender and so salty. Oh my god.
That's legit some of the best chicken that I've had. You know when you have a big chunk of chicken breast? It's got that dry feeling in the middle,
Oh my
like
God.
it's very hard to get a solid slab of chicken soft the entire way through. That pulls it off. That's
It's
phenomenal.
so juicy. It's juicy, it's salty.
I see why everyone around Melbourne walks around with one of them. That makes sense.
It is cooked to perfection.
Yeah. I'm gonna try tentacle.
Oh my god. So full. Don't kiss me. No, no. We will not be doing that.
Alright, now you can try one of mine.
No.
Since I tried your chicken,
No.
you can have one of
All right. See you guys next week. Have a good life.
these. These are quite good as well. They're very salty, chewy, satisfying.
Lion King reference. All right. Let me try it. I need tissues. No, I need like a.
No, we're getting a,
I don't want a tentacly
we're getting a
one.
real tentacle. I think I ate the two tentacliest ones.
Dude, it is so greasy, so you need napkins.
Yeah, here we go. Second one.
Stop.
Let me feed you.
No.
Let me feed you.
No.
What's wrong with you? Eat it.
It's so salty. It's too much.
You only put the tip in your mouth.
I need water. Hurry. The chicken was like salty, but like in a good way. That was like, and fair enough. I only ate the very end. That might have been like really crispy and burnt, but it's very salty. And look, he's gobbling it up.
I love salt.
That's true. He eats an abnormal amount of salt. It's disgusting. It's the salt and pepper squid was actually too salty for me. It was, at first I was like, oh, it's not too bad, but the chicken is like, oh, the chicken is so good. It is so, it's probably the most tender chicken I've ever had. Like it is so soft. That's an art. I am so impressed at how they cook that.
There's 2 times I've eaten chicken in my life, and I'll never forget the experience. One is a place called Kiwi Fried Chicken in Noble Park,
yeah.
next to the place where she gets her hair care stuff. Phenomenal chicken, just phenomenal. 2 is that piece of chicken right there.
It is
It's incredible.
so good. We are taking that home, putting that on a salad tomorrow. It is gonna be amazing because I can't finish it here. It's so big. It's so big. But it's like one of those, you're walking down the street, and I don't know, it's meant to be like street food walking down the street, but bring some napkins, some wet wipes, like don't eat it on the way to go to a meeting or something, like, or an event, but your hands are gonna get greasy, you know?
How do you feel about the portion size?
Portion size for the chicken, I think both of them. That's supposed to be like a little snack. I think the portion sizes are great because again, this is like snack option. And I think this is like a filling snack. Like, I don't think I could finish that as a snack.
Yeah. No,
that to me is like
no.
a lunch. Like, if I don't know, now I'm like regretting. I used to live in that building right there, and I could have just grabbed that and had like made a salad, some veggies, and had a delicious meal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a great slab of protein. The chicken, the juiciness, the tenderness, the breading, so good, so salty. They've nailed it. And it makes me want to go to Taiwan now.
Oh, that's on the list.
Vietnam and Japan were always like high on my list of places I want to go. But after tasting that chicken, after tasting that Taiwanese street food, I need more Taiwanese street food in my life. So let me know if you've ever had Taiwanese street food because I need to try more. And what would you recommend?
Great segue. Guys, if you're enjoying this episode and you want to help grow this channel so that we can afford to go to more cities and try more exotic food, one of the simplest ways that you can help the channel for absolutely free is just hitting the like button. That shows YouTube that people are interested in this, pushes it out there to a bigger audience, helps us grow our audience, helps us get more ad revenue, helps us keep traveling.
Yeah. Everyone's staring at us, and I don't know if you guys know this, but it can get a little cringy vlogging in public, and we have waves of like feeling really uncomfortable doing it and then not caring. And right now, I feel a little weird because we're getting a little bit more looks. We're literally on Swanston Street in the city, like the busiest road in the city, foot traffic wise.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very busy. So we're out here, we're doing it, we're pushing our comfort zones, and hopefully we have a great video to show for it.
On to the dinner location.
All right, you guys, we are getting full and we are about to wrap this day up, but we could not end this day without taking you to one of our favorite places in the city to get a cheap feed.
This place has done us for dinner so many times. It's BYO and it is so filling for the size and the price, the portions that you get. The problem is you can just keep ordering because all the portion sizes seem so well priced. I come in here and I usually just gorge.
Yeah.
I love this place.
But you gotta be careful because your eyes can be bigger than your stomach and it can be very easy to over order, so pace yourself, okay? However, we are sticking to our $12 budget today, so we're probably just gonna get one thing to split after everything else we've ate today. All right, once again, it is very cold out. Let's go get warmed up. That dumpling spot is one of our favorites. It holds so many good memories in our heart. I only introduced it to Doug like a year ago. It is one of my go-tos for cheap, filling foods. And the wait staff went above and beyond during this trip. They saw that we were vlogging and they were just so sweet and so kind. And I left my tripod in there and they came running out down the laneway to give it to us. It's one of those places that is down one of the laneways across from the QV building, so it is very easy to miss, but that does not stop it from filling up. Dinner is very busy, but what I love so much is that the service is always so quick. They sling out the plates, sling out the drinks, and it's just always like spot on. They brought out some chili oil for us to try with some vinegar, which I've never tried before, and the combo is my new favorite.
Yeah, I liked it as well. I'm not usually a big fan of chili, but I did thoroughly enjoy that. As well as every single time that you order something new on the menu, they're quick. They bring it out every time, like Jamie said. But it's also one of those places that's BYO.
Yeah.
So if you want to save a little bit more money and go to the bottle shop across the street and bring your own grog for the night, you can do that and have a great night in. Grog, mate. You can have a great night in. $11 on the dumplings, $15 on the 6-pack of beer. You'll have a great time.
We bring a bottle of our favorite wine and enjoy some dumplings. So we got a plate for 15 pieces we got for $11.90, and they're giant dumplings. They're not this, the first time that I brought him, he was expecting the tiny little like 6 to 8 pieces that you get for like $15. And so he ordered like 2 to 3 plates, and then when he realized the huge servings, he was like, oh. And the fried rice there, we did not get it tonight, but the fried rice is some of my favorite in Melbourne ever, besides Noodle World.
Last thing as well, if you do just want to pop into it and you're passing through Melbourne but you're not staying for dinner, you can get frozen takeaway dumplings for you to take back to your home or apartment or Airbnb and fry them up when you get there as well. So,
and they're reasonably priced. We got pork and veggie dumplings. If you buy them uncooked to take home frozen, I think it's $8.50 on the menu I saw online. So it's just so reasonable. Like, I was this close to taking some home to throw in the freezer because they are so good, so big, so filling, so yummy, so delicious, so everything. I have such a hard time going anywhere else for dinner in the city when we have to pick somewhere. I'm like, dumplings. And then I feel like so many people in Melbourne have like their go-to dumpling spot, but I will fight for this place. every single time.
Fights for this.
Because it's like, I know I'm gonna go to another dumpling place that someone else is like, this is my favorite dumpling spot. And the portions are gonna be smaller, the prices are gonna be higher, the service is gonna be slower. This spot always provides. So if you are in the CBD and you've had dumplings in Melbourne CBD, but you've never tried this place, please check it out. It is like,
the vibe on the place, as you saw, it's down an alleyway. It's a hole in a wall down an alleyway. That doesn't take away from the food. They put all the money that the restaurant makes into the service and into the quality of the food. The vibe is laid back and have a good time. Must you grind right now, sir? The furniture needs an update, but they've kept the menu the same since Grandma used to make her dumplings.
Yeah.
So that covers up
you're
for
fine,
it.
you're fine, you're fine.
Guys, go. Let's go.
All right, guys, we moved locations to this side of the bridge because it's still loud, but everyone was, hello, hi. We were in everyone's way, and now we're off to the side. So, can you eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, and a snack in Melbourne CBD for $12 or under? Our conclusion after today is yes.
Yes, you can, and it's all filling and good food as well. And I was surprised by the portion sizes as well, because we did a lot of homework to try and find these meal deals, and I thought some of them were going to go up.
Yeah.
So, not only have we found that you can eat for $12 or less in Melbourne for every single meal of the day, we're going to try and pull it off 3 more times.
4, if we can squeeze in another one.
Okay,
We'll
that's
see.
cheeky.
As for our favorite thing that we ate today, I would have to say mine was probably the dumplings. I don't know if it's recency bias, but they're my go-to. They're always my favorite. So like I said, I will always fight for that place.
My favorite was the sandwich we had this morning. I love a good
That was
crispy
good
filling
too.
sandwich. That is damn good stuff. So down there in the comments, out of all the things we ate today, if you only had $12 to spend, which is the one thing that you would buy, and would you eat octopus tentacles?
Tentacles. Keep an eye out for part 2 when we're gonna spend another full day in the city tackling this challenge once again. Can we do it back to back 2 times in a row? Can it be done? We'll find out. With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and we hope to see you tuning in to another video soon.
Bye.
Bye! We're hitting the city for another full day of cheap eats, and so far it's been a mix of taking you to some of our tried and true favorites. They're so good, so big, so filling, so yummy, so delicious, so everything. I will fight for this place every single time. And trying new spots, which hasn't always worked out in our favor. This is a legitimate testicle. Stop.
Let me feed you.
No! Our budget is $12 per meal each, and we're trying to switch up each cuisine throughout the day. So let's see where this takes us. Good morning!
Cold Melbourne morning, let me tell you that. I'll kick off this episode with.
We are ready for day 2 of eating our way through the city for under $12. I will say though, I am loving the challenge that we put ourselves up to because it's forcing us to try places I would not normally try in the city. And that's always like a little fun element to it because like I have my go-tos, the things I like, and it's pushing me a little bit out of my food comfort zone. I mean, I didn't eat the octopus and I will not. I mean, never say never, but I'm still getting out of my comfort zone a little.
Today I think is going to be a little bit more challenging than episode 1. Little behind the scenes, we came during a weekday for episode 1. It was Friday, and that means there were like office specials going on, but now we are on a Saturday. I don't know if we're going to get those sneaky little lunchtime office specials that are going to be available to us. So today might be a little bit harder.
The place we were going to go to for breakfast, it's only open Monday through Friday, so that's already a challenge for today, but it's okay. We're in the city, there's going to be options, and we're gonna stay flexible. We're gonna have fun with it.
We're not just gonna go to Macca's and say that you can get a burger for 12 bucks. We're trying to find something a little bit different, and we have a couple of like criteria on what we're rating these ones on. What is the vibe of the place? How big are the portions? If there was anything else on the menu, what would we want to get instead of what might be the cheapest thing on the menu? Was there anything else?
Yeah, and just, was it worth it or not? Like, is it worth it? Because not only do we want it to be cheap, affordable, we want it to taste good as well. Because there's no point in spending your hard-earned money if it's not going to taste good. So, does it taste good? Would we get it again? It is very chilly this morning, so we're gonna get walking so we can warm up. See you at the first spot. We don't even know where it is.
So yeah. $1 off, that's just rude.
I like this one.
Yeah, me too. The big breakfast is $20. It's like 2019 in here. We just had 2 delicious breakfast sandwiches over at the corner and bench on Burke Street, right over there. I really liked that place a lot.
Yeah, the vibe was like chilled. It was like a modern rustic vibe. But Doug was like, this is the perfect hangover spot.
Yeah. And I didn't even drink last night, but I just know if I was hungover, that is the place that I would want to be.
Yeah, we both got the bacon and egg roll, which was only $10, but we were having a browse through their menu. They had a bacon egg sandwich as well for $12.50. I wish one of us got that so we could compare the two, but we weren't thinking on our feet. This was our first spot of the day, okay? We're still waking up.
The bun itself, the bacon and egg roll, really good. Soft brioche bun, nice and like sweet as well. Almost had like croissant flavor to it. And the egg, super runny, super drizzly, nice and soft.
It was like a lava explosion when you bit into the sandwich and the yolk was everywhere. You guys have to remember we're in the city. We cannot control the elements and the noise. I apologize.
Someone's always grinding in the city.
Yeah. Hopefully our microphone is doing its job.
Also, they still have a big breakfast on that menu for $20. It's like that place still thinks it's 2019. I love it.
I am here for it. They have outdoor seating, they have indoor seating. It's already a place that we were like, we would come back to this place. Though our original breakfast plans did not work out for today, I think it worked out in our favor. It worked out way better. All right, we got some warm drinks to go, and I think it's time to walk off that breakfast.
Let's go.
2 birrias for $18. Orders up.
Right, we are at Rocket Burgers. This place has 2 things on its menu for under $12. The vibe of it, it's pretty much right on the street. Opposite Flinders Street Station. It says that it's 24 hours on Google. We came here at about 10 o'clock, walking past it on the way to the first joint. It was closed, so I don't know if their Google listing is 100% up to date, but this looks like the kind of place that's open up super late at night. It's got lots of greasy fries, lots of burgers, it's got chicken wings. We got some loaded fries, we got a burger. Let's see how they taste.
First up, we got the cheesy bacon fries.
On the cheesy fries, there are giant chunks of bacon, not like those usual small chopped up pieces of bacon that get sprinkled on top. The thing is like lathered with bacon and cheese.
Deliciously made burger patty. Homemade cheeseburger. It's got chopped onions on it. Nice melted delicate cheese. I don't know why I said delicate.
Delicate.
The cheese is nice and melted. I hate when I get a cheeseburger and the cheese is like half melted. I'm so excited.
You want a TikTok?
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah, man. Fucking good. They are damn good. I don't think these are going in a takeaway cup. You know when something's super coated in cheese and it's like a creamy light cheese that doesn't really have that cheesy punch? This has that. It almost is like melted.
It does have it?
It does have a sharp cheese flavor to it. It's almost like melted Parmesan cheese sauce. It's so nice. It actually has the cheese flavor instead of just looking like it's coated in cheese.
I mean, that's definitely not Parmesan, but
No, I know, but I'm saying it's got that like sharpness.
here we go with the burger. All right, I want a good bite. I want a good first bite. Hold on, sorry. Oh wait, I can do better than that. This is everything I love in a burger.
You American?
I am.
Are you food blogger or something?
No, not really.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
See ya.
Vlogging in the city.
Walking in the city. This is why we do camping.
I'm pickled. everything that I love in a burger. My problem with burgers in Melbourne, the texture is always off for me. It feels overly minced, but this is like a nice coarsely... I just spit out a chunk of burger. It's like a nice coarsely ground beef patty. And it's got that charcoal flavor on it. I'm literally eating off pieces of the patty. It's not too thick, but it's not too thin either. And it's still got a little bit of juice in it. It reminds me of like a gourmet McDonald's cheeseburger. I'm obsessed.
This place is really good.
They have so many sauces that you can enjoy this with.
And it's all fairly cheap. Like, I feel like if you go to a burger joint or a pub or a brewery, they're charging you like $25 for their big gourmet burger, maybe $27 for their big gourmet burger. 20 bucks is the man burger here. It's a great price.
Yeah, you just gotta eat it on the street. It almost reminds me of like the nacho cheese from the movies, the old school movies back in the States. When you get the nacho cheese. I don't hate it, but I do miss like just a normal cheddar. So salty, so I know he's gonna love that. That seagull's got its eyes on you. Like we said, we're right across from Flinders Street Station, so there's so much foot traffic. We've already had people coming by asking, are you food vloggers? I'm like, not really. We're more like van life, camping, food, travel, fun. I don't know what we are, guys. We're trying to get better at not being so nervous to give out our little cards. So, and maybe we'll get another sub. By the way, if you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit the button. Yeah. Also, the music here has been spot on, okay?
Yes, hasn't it?
It's been banging, so good on you, Rockets. Anyway, we're gonna go find a bathroom. Hey Doug, I thought you were walking off your meal.
Mind your own business.
Alright, sorry if the lighting is bad, but we are here at Sal's Pizza, authentic New York style pizza. This is one of our favorite spots in the city since it's opened up. It reminds me of home so much. I have a Sal's Pizza in my hometown, so I'm just excited. I got the pepperoni pizza, so they have like a normal pepperoni and then they have 100 pepperoni. 100 pepperoni, famous pepperoni something. I'll put it on the screen. So it just has a shit ton of pepperoni on it, and I'm really excited to gobble that up. So we got this. This was $8 for a slice. Doug got a meatball slice, and then of course we had to get a garlic knot because if you know, you know. It's like garlic bread in a delicious ball.
This place is very hole in the wall. There is some seating here, but it is very much like walk up, grab a slice. I don't know what the other locations are like. Exhibition Street is pretty like central to the CBD, so maybe some of the other ones do have a little bit more seating, but this one does feel very like grab and go and enjoy a slice on the walk.
Yeah, I feel like most people would get takeaway, but we wanted to sit down so we could take you guys along for the bite. Again, sorry for the lighting. The lighting is trash.
Oh my god, that is good. That's American pizza. We don't get pizza like that in Australia. It tastes so cheesy and meaty and greasy at the same time, but not just like dripping with grease. That good kind of like meat, juice, grease. This is bloody delicious.
I'm folding my pizza, okay? I'm folding it. This is New York here. You fold and flip this in. I just love pepperoni pizza because I can rarely find it on menus here. The closest thing I can find on menus here is a salami pizza, which is still delicious. I usually just go for a margarita with salami. When I can find like a proper pepperoni pizza, it always makes my heart so happy. And the pepperoni's got a little kick to it. It tastes so good. It's got a little grease to it, but the crust is crunchy, flaky, thin. It's nice and thin. Look how thin that is. All right, I'm gonna try the meatball. It tastes like actual little meatballs, like from like spaghetti and meatballs that are just grounded up. I thought it was gonna taste different, but it actually tastes like little meatballs.
Yeah.
If you've never had a garlic knot, you need to go to your local Sal's and get a garlic knot.
Garlic bread is one of the joys of life.
And the dough inside is always so soft. It's so soft inside.
Yeah, it's good. That's so garlicky.
I don't know if I would pay $23 for half a pizza though.
Go to Costco.
I don't know. I feel like I've had better slices from Sal's before. Also, I'm pretty sure they import all the ingredients from the US. Because I remember the first time I tasted it here, I was like, holy crap, that tastes like home. Like the ingredients taste like home. The cheese, the bread, it just reminded me of home. Not that Melbourne pizzas are bad, it just, there's a different taste to them.
We are proud to say that our ingredients are 100% authentic and imported to Australia.
Yeah.
It's right there on the wall.
So yeah, they have a little blurb on the wall. We're not allowed to film inside the place, but they have a little blurb on the wall and it confirmed what I just said.
Even the dough that they use is made from New York ingredients.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, that's why it's got that flavor.
But if you just want something like authentic New York slice, you can get that here in Melbourne, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, the only thing not authentic about it is the price. Jamie, insert B-roll of $1 pizza in New York.
All right, guys. I honestly don't know how we're gonna fit anything else in today. We need to go to Japan. Oh wait, Korea. K-pop, not J-pop. We need to go to Korea as well. Look at these. It's like Pokemon cards for your favorite band member. We are here at the dinner place and there is a little bit of a line, so hopefully that means it's either really good or the prices are really good.
We've never done this before. It's a little bit overwhelming. There's a real system to it. Know your number, get it out, grab a tray, get given your dish, chuck on some sides. Don't ask questions, just get it done.
This is exhilarating. Oh my god, there's so much meat. Oh, yeah. That was, I'm out of breath getting through that line and with our backpack too. That was a little
It was like, get moving.
Yeah, and we were just thrown into the deep end trying to figure out how it all works, but we did it. I'm proud of us. The fact that we even got a table was like a miracle. Yeah. But it says it on the wall. No reserved tables, walk-in only. The price packs this place out, I'm assuming, because it's just go, go, go. They smash it out. They are organized. I appreciate it too.
I also feel like the flavor might sell this place because there's a lot of locals.
There's a little section for toppings. You can add extras. There's just, I've never done any sort of udon experience, so this is my first one. So, of course, we had to get some udon. We got a teriyaki chicken, but then we also got the katsu curry. We also got the katsu chicken on rice. So, I'm excited to dig into these and see what it's all about.
The chicken is so soft, but then there's like a slightly sweet, crunchy batter on the outside, and the sweetness is drizzled in this mayonnaise on a bed of super soft white rice. Just the rice alone is soft and fluffy, and that is hearty and delicious.
This is my first udon experience. I'm gonna taste the broth first. Ooh, I didn't expect that. It's so good. Ooh, it's like a rich flavor, but almost a little sweet. I could eat the broth alone. I don't know, it almost tastes like a beef broth, but it's chicken. And I did add on the tonkatsu sauce over there, which reminds me of that tonkatsu, the place that we wait in line for. So now I'm gonna try the noodles. Guys, I'm trying my best to use chopstick. If you watched the other episode, I'm not very good at it. I'm still learning. Don't make fun of me. Oh my god, they're so slippery. How do you do it? Oh my god, I'm so embarrassed. If you have any chopstick holding tips, let me know in the comments. They're so thick. They're so thick. It's almost like pasta.
Yeah.
Like it's so thick. Like, I like it. They're just so thick. It's so. I don't think I've ever had a noodle this thick.
Yeah.
That's what she said. These chunks of chicken are so big. Look, they're so big. They look so juicy. So soft. I do wish I put a little bit more sauce on them because the chicken itself is not packed with flavor, but it is still so tender and soft. It's so good. And it tastes almost like a thigh, like, you know, the thigh's like really juicy and tender. Once I get this down pat, they won't be able to keep up with me in this place. In and out, come here for a quick feed, hole in the wall kind of vibe.
I don't know what udon is, if it's Japanese or Taiwanese, but to me this place feels so homey and so authentic that it's the kind of place where if you're feeling homesick for your national food, this is the place that does it just right. It's got that kind of feel to it. Like mum and pop, this is how they used to make it back home. I think it's Japanese from the artwork that's around the place.
I think the udon's better, but if you're looking for some crispy fried chicken over some rice, this definitely will do for the price. Ooh, we are full. When you're done, you take your trays up to the little shelving over there behind me, and the dishwasher's right there. So they have systems for everything. I absolutely love the efficiency. They're doing a great job here. My belly is so full.
Oh my god.
Another full day, but we successfully did it. Even though the first place wasn't open, we made up for it for a delicious breakfast spot at the Corner and Bench.
Yeah, really good.
One of my favorite cafes in Melbourne now.
Yeah, absolutely. We've found some spots that we are 100% going to go to again. That is absolutely one of them. I also feel like that last udon spot.
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is somewhere where we need to go just for like a dedicated dinner date night.
Yeah.
We went there for their lunch service, but they do dinner service and they do keep the prices the same. So guessing by how much of a factory setup that udon spot was, it does seem like they cook up a nice big batch, fill it up for lunch, then rather than cooking everything again, they just shut the restaurant down, clean everything, start up a second batch and then get you in there for dinner.
Yeah. Also, the seating packs really quickly, so that like we had to squeeze in as soon as we saw someone leaving, we were waiting with our tray to sit down. So it's very much like grab a seat. We saw some people sharing tables that didn't know each other, so it's very much that kind of vibe. I'm not sure what you would do if there were no tables available, if you would just wait. It's definitely not a place that you're gonna sit down and eat and have a long chat.
So it just goes to show that for 2 days in a row, if you are being frugal, you can find breakfast, lunch, or dinner for under $12 here in Melbourne. What was your favorite meal that you saw us eat today? What was the one thing that you would want to eat?
Yours?
What was yours? I was about to ask you that. What was your favorite thing?
I think the Corner and Bench breakfast spot. The vibe, I feel like I could have stayed there for a few hours just enjoying like my coffee. I feel like the vibe was nice. Like it was chilly outside. I had a hot tea in my hand. The vibes were great.
Me, it was the burger joint. I can 100%
that was
see
good.
us spending a night on the town. Me having a couple of beers, maybe too many beers. And then after a few beers, a couple of responsible beers, going back to that burger joint and eating a burger. And the loaded fries as well. I liked that spot a lot.
Yeah. So we had some really good wins today. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be interested to see if we can top today, because today was a really good $12 day. So we get 2 more days in the city of trying to get breakfast, lunch, dinner, possibly a snack for $12. Can we get it done? We will find out in the next video. Can you still get a decent meal in Melbourne City for $12 or less? It's a question we've been tackling over the last few videos, and today is day 3.
What's wrong with you? Eat it.
It's so salty!
$1 off, that's just rude.
It's like a nice coarsely ground beef. I'm obsessed.
I don't think these are going in a takeaway cup.
We're hitting up at least 4 locations a day and breaking down the good, bad, ugly, and delicious along the way. It's almost like pasta. I don't think I've ever had a noodle this thick.
Yeah.
And you might want to grab a snack for yourself, because this is not the video to watch on an empty stomach. welcome to part 3 of our food vlog series.
In this series, guys, we are tackling cheap eats for $12 or less in the Melbourne CBD, and we are trying to cover your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, and maybe a snack as well. When we're going to these locations, we're going to be looking for a few things. Number one is the vibe of the place, the prices of the things on the menu, but how does it taste as well? We don't just want it to be cheap garbage. And also, if we didn't have a budget, what is the one thing on the menu that we would pick too? So that is the goal for the day, to try and cover all of our meals.
And maybe squeeze in a little dessert. Obviously it's sweet, it's a donut, but we are here in the Docklands area of Victoria, right in front of Marvel Stadium. What was it called before Marvel?
It was called Etihad.
Oh yeah,
and then the
Etihad.
Telstra Dome, and who knows what it will be called next year.
Whoever pays the most is what they will name it next.
Docklands Stadium for us Melburnians who can't remember its bloody new name every year.
The place we are going to for breakfast has 3 locations, but only one of them is open today. Today is a Saturday, so we're gonna go check that one out because breakfast is only till 12, I think. So let's go see what this is all about. Hopefully it's near here. I don't know where it is. Let's go. That cow is odd looking.
Yeah.
Its head is so small compared to the rest of its body. But I guess that's just art for you. Art is subjective. Art is beautiful. Art is a tormented cow.
How did it get in that tree?
No,
What's
but
its
it-
origin story?
It looks like a milk carton.
What's its prequel?
Tormented. What word am I trying to say? Tormented, demented.
The
I don't.
demented,
Tormented,
tree cow.
tree cow. The tail. I need to know the origin story. Salty, crunchy, heavenly.
Fresh tomato.
Oh man, we just wrapped up and that was so good.
So we just ate at Saluministi, and oh my god, this place needs to be on the map. So I'm quite happy to do that. We got 2 things, both of them ham-based, and as we sat down and got more into the vibe of the place, we realized the whole point of this place is Little Italy, Nonna's Kitchen, ham, salami, cured meats and cheeses. It was delicious.
But modernized. It's very modern, but it has like touches of like the old school feel.
Also a little touch of home for me. My background and my family is Eastern European, and I don't see this drink anywhere there. It's this drink called Montenegro. It's a liqueur from Eastern Europe, and they make their own version of it here as well.
Yeah.
How more authentic than that does it get?
Yeah, everything just felt like a little lush, a little gourmet. Like one of the sandwiches that we got was like basically like a ham cheese tomato toasty, but it just felt so gourmet. I believe it was a sourdough bread, but the cheese, it was just like, it wasn't just your basic like cheese from Woolies, and the tomato was so fresh. It was just the ingredients, like the quality of the ingredients made the sandwich. But then the pancetta and egg one, holy moly, that one was so good. The bread was so crunchy, but then when you like ripped it open, it was like soft inside, and then the salty pancetta was so crispy. It reminded me of like bacon from home, like nice crispy bacon that is so hard to find here in Melbourne. It was so good. Like I think it was better than my American bacon back home.
There is nothing quite like a place that does the basics well.
Yeah.
You know, like essentially what we just had was a ham and cheese toasty, you know?
Yeah.
But
And an egg and pancetta.
and an egg and pancetta. But the reason that this place is opening up different locations around the CBD, and the fact that this place was so busy today, is because it does those simple things so well,
Yeah.
and with so much care. And when I was walking around the place just having a look at it, there's cheese wheels there with their own prints on it. They're curing their own meat there. They're doing everything from the ground up to give you the best basic ham and cheese toasty you can get.
Yeah.
But it is so well crafted. It's filled in there wall to wall.
It's an art. It really is so delicious. While we were eating, we were just talking about like, you don't have to go and just get a basic ham, egg, and cheese toasty from somewhere, and you don't have to sacrifice that. If you want something that is still affordable, you can go to somewhere like this and still get a pretty affordable sandwich that's going to taste a lot better and be a lot more filling and actually have quality ingredients, and I am all about that. Even if I had an unlimited budget, my no budget pick would be the pancetta and egg sandwich. It was that good. It was so good. Like when it came out, I was like, it exceeded my expectations. It looked so delicious, and the flavor met those expectations. It was just so good. It was so good, I honestly could go for another.
Last thing, a lot of places like this, especially in the Melbourne CBD, if you're gonna grab a coffee, they put a hell of a markup on their coffees. I didn't buy one, but I had a look at the menu of the coffees. Same price as everywhere else. They don't chuck a markup on it. It's just good food at a reasonable price. Massive tick. Massive tick.
And this, so I know some of their other locations are like cutouts in laneways, like you just walk up to the window and like order that way. This one you can actually sit down, there's tables, you can kind of like enjoy the vibe, and so it very much has an atmosphere versus the other ones, which I've seen only online, look like more like a grab and go, takeaway, like walk up to the window, order your thing. So I do like that because the other locations were closed, we were kind of forced to enjoy this vibe, and I'm really glad that we got to like immerse ourselves in that vibe instead of just getting the sandwich takeaway. We got to like kind of feel a little bit of the origin story behind this place, and I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
All right, it's off to the next spot.
Let go.
It's time for lunch.
All right, spot number 2 for lunch. Bit of a classic Melbourne staple, at least in the Melbourne tradie scene. A banh mi bun, and this place is called Baguette Banh Mi.
Baguette.
Baguette.
Like a bear.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Baguette Banh Mi.
Just baguette.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's trying to say it with an accent.
Baguette.
If you don't know, banh mi is like a Vietnamese sandwich roll. It's like a bread roll, and I've never had one. I always see, I've never had a banh mi.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
okay, I didn't know that.
So I've never had a banh mi. I've known about them because they're very popular here in Melbourne.
They're good, man.
There was a miscommunication with the ordering. We were supposed to get 2 banh mi's, but we accidentally got some barbecue pork buns, which happened to be Doug's also favorite thing.
I love a good pork bun, mate, so I'm not upset about that.
If you've never had a pork bun, we're like in the center. Flinders Street's right there, guys, so you just gotta bear with the sound, okay? A pork bun is so soft and gooey, and then it has whatever filling you choose. Like, this has like a meat barbecue pork filling, but it's like a cloud. It's like a soft cloud, and it's like slight sweet, and then the savory filling. It's so, he's obsessed with them. I can have one. I'd rather have a dumpling, but
I treat them as a dessert. When we go out to places to eat dinner and they serve them, I'll get my meal and then I'll have a couple of pork buns just to wrap it up with.
they're so filling to me.
Oh, they're so good.
I got a lemongrass and beef banh mi. We are in prime Seagull location as well, so we got to be real careful. Because look at that one
They know.
already.
They know.
And we're right next to the tram stop. So this is a lemongrass and beef banh mi, flaky crust. We got the meat. Ooh, there's some sauce in there. Carrots.
So this is a tradie's dream lunch.
Ooh, there's some cabbage, there's cucumber. It looks like a sauce with some onions. I'm really excited for that. Bun's very, very flaky, like crispy.
The vibe of Baguette Banh Mi is very cool. It's very hole in the wall, grab one and go. The menu is quite big. It was maybe what, 20, 30 different banh mi's to choose from?
Overwhelming for my first like choose your banh mi experience, but I liked having the options.
Yeah. And they do make it very clear. They got a big board there with all the different ones that you can get, along with numbers next to them. But as it is with these sort of classic hole-in-the-wall places that are very regional, none of the numbers actually match up on the different boards.
Yeah.
They're all numbered. The same sandwich is numbered completely differently on every single board. And then they like to sprinkle in a few other things from back home. They have actual fresh sugarcane there, which I haven't seen available in Melbourne anywhere. I haven't seen that since I was in Southeast Asia, which is pretty cool.
I never heard of this, so I was like, what is this? And they actually have like the sugar canes in the back fridge. I just saw them. It was so cool. And then he was explaining it to me, so I'll let him explain it to you.
Yeah, so essentially a sugarcane juice is 2 ingredients. No, it's 1 ingredient. Sorry, 2 ingredients. The second one is ice. It is literally just a stick of sugarcane shoved into a crusher, turned into a juice, and then a heap of ice poured on top of it. And that is a sugarcane drink. As you can tell, it's very, very popular in Southeast Asian countries because it's so readily available everywhere, and it's so easy to make with just crush a sugarcane and put ice cubes in
What
it.
does it taste like?
Sugar water. Tastes like sugar
sweet?
water. It's sweet, yeah. It tastes like
extra
sugar water,
sweet?
and it's very earthy as well because it is a giant grass fruit. Maybe we should have got one. Maybe we'll go back and get a sugarcane juice so Jamie can try
no,
one.
it's too late. It's too
We'll
late.
save that for when we go to
I'm
Thailand.
not feeling adventurous today, guys. Okay, I already had a tentacle. Okay, I had a tentacle. I had the tip of a tentacle.
You don't want to drink it just a raw stem of plant crushed with
of
ice?
sugar?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Lastly on the vibe, for some reason, Baguette Bung Mi wants to do a crossover with Pokemon, and it's half a Pokemon store, half
Yeah.
a Baguette store. I didn't know that when I picked it. And I do have a deep childhood nostalgic love still to this day for Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I wasn't disappointed when I saw it. I'm just saying there was cards there.
There
was
was a sign. It
collectibles
said,
there.
"If you buy 3 banh mi, you get a free Pokemon card."
Yeah.
I was like, "What is this? What's happening
About
here?"
to buy myself dinner and get a Pokemon card. I was like, this is the best day ever.
So it's a fun little vibe, and it's right at Flinders Street Station. So it's like in the hub. So and it's very much no seating. Grab a sandwich, grab a bao bun, grab a Pokemon card, and
Get out of there.
get on your way.
Time for you to have your first banh mi.
The bread's so big.
And flaky.
I just love those Vietnamese flavors. I became obsessed with Vietnamese food when I moved to Australia. I never tried it before I moved here, but like that lemongrass and beef combination I love so much. This just reminds me of like a delicious lemongrass and beef Vietnamese salad, but in a roll. It's got like fresh ingredients, fresh like cilantro or coriander as the Aussies call it, cucumber, the beef, and then it's just packed with flavor. I did not expect it to taste this yummy because it is this little hole in the wall near the station. I'm a fan. I'm a banh mi girl. I don't know why anyone would go to Subway when there's so many other options that are just so good.
And I got, accidentally, but not mad about it, my best dessert in the world. The pork bun. These things are so soft. They're like a cloud filled with meat. I love them so much.
This is so soft.
Oh yeah. And this one is no different. The sauce is a bit sweet on this one. So it's nice sweet pork sitting on this nice soft dough. Look how soft this dough is.
It's so soft. We're surrounded by seagulls now.
Excellent spot for lunch in the middle of the city. Flinders Street itself.
I didn't think I was gonna eat the whole thing,
I
but
didn't think you would eat the whole thing either. You're like, I'm not even hungry. We just had breakfast.
it's so good. I was trying to show you. I'm right on the edge of the curb. I was trying to show you how flaky it is. But you'll see on the floor. That's how flaky it is.
The seagulls are gonna love us.
I won't lie, I was making fun of this place because the aesthetics of it doesn't look like it's going to be that great. But I've got to say, it delivered. It delivered. I love it. I love it, okay? So I'm sorry that I judged the book by its cover, but you picked a good one.
We're on the board, boys.
Who knows, if that's a basic banh mi, then I don't want to try a gourmet. I don't think I can handle it. But I got my little bite that I'm taking home, and he's gonna take his second bun home.
Yeah, for dessert.
Our no budget pick, I would get another banh mi.
Yeah.
2 banh mi's
Yeah.
and Pokemon card.
Yeah, maybe 6 banh mi so we can get 2 Pokemon cards.
Doug is trying to feed the seagull that piece of meat that fell.
Who wants it?
I'll go. We couldn't leave the city without getting Walker's Donuts, you guys. We love this place. Look at these guys. This is one of those places that I've walked by and I thought it was just like a cheap place in the middle of the city near the station. But since trying them, they are some of my favorite donuts in Australia. And actually the first Boston cream donut that I've ever had. And I'm from Boston. They're my favorite. This is so gooey, so soft on the inside, and just the perfect balance for me. It's not too sweet. Obviously it's sweet, it's a donut, but the custard inside, I still can't believe that this is now one of my favorite donuts. If you haven't had a Boston cream donut, you need to go and try one, okay? A little chocolate on it, soft dough, and the custard's not too sweet.
Are they popular in Boston?
They have them at Dunks, but I always get my glazed donuts. Walker's, you've done it again.
I didn't get a donut today, but I do love Walker's Donuts, and I just realized they have a hot dog menu as well, and they're all under $12, except for the big one.
And they do coffee as well, but we're on a budget, so we went to 7-Eleven. They have them sprinkled around some of the Westfield shopping centers in Victoria. If you're lucky, there's one near you. Go check it out and get a Boston cream, and think of me while you eat it.
Let's go.
So there is no way that we could have come into the city and not taken you to one of our favorite spots to stop in for a little snack when we're walking through or have a busy day. This is our go-to, and this is another one of those things that I see people carrying through the street. It's a very common street food here in Australia, and it's one of the things I didn't really start getting into again until I moved here, and it is sushi.
I feel like around the world, Australian street food is known as a meat pie, but really, a meat pie is more of like you're going to a sporting event and grabbing a meat pie. They'll serve a lot of them there. But going around the CBD, a lot of shopping centres, a quick lunch or a quick snack while you're on the go. A lot of Aussies do eat sushi. Obviously, our food here is very culturally influenced by South Asia, and sushi is one of those things that we really picked up. And we love it, man.
They ran with it. Aussies love sushi. But, and so there's so many different sushi franchises around Victoria, around the whole state, and I'm sure the whole country.
Shut up, Doug.
But I will argue, and again, this is one of the places I will fight for. Sushi Hub has the best sushi in Melbourne. Fight me on it, okay? Like, find a better place, okay? Find a better place. Like, yes, they do charge more than some sushi places, but it's for a good reason, and it is worth the extra 50 cents, okay? It is worth it. The quality, they are like military precision in here, and they have their system down pat. It's just so good. It's a thick piece. The chicken is so fresh. And I told him this, I'm like, no, it's the best. And he was just like, it's sushi. Like, they're all the same.
I've had heaps of sushi, mate. I'm from Melbourne.
And then he tried it, and he was like, oh, I get it.
We've gone out of our way to get Sushi Hub just for dinner.
Yeah, I like to get the spicy crispy chicken, and Doug likes the basic crispy chicken. Another one of my favorites is the spicy tuna, like the cooked tuna. I don't really do the raw sushi meat. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. They don't skimp on it, and it never feels like lackluster. It never feels like it's just like thrown together. It feels like it's handcrafted with love. So if you are in Melbourne, let me know what is your favorite sushi place, but also let me know if you tried Sushi Hub, because if you haven't, you have to. You have to do it for me, okay? If you like sushi and you have a go-to sushi place, please just go try Sushi Hub, okay? Not sponsored, but like Sushi Hub, hit me up. I love you so much. I love you so much. I'm obsessed. I'm addicted. Please. All right. I mean, it's not like we know what these taste like. We always mix them up because we get the same thing, except mine's is spicy. The spicy one, see that little orange sauce? That's how you know it's the spicy one. I don't know how I'm still eating.
You notice how it doesn't fall apart either?
Yeah.
A lot of cheap sushi will fall apart when you bite into it.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
So in the States, I was so used to sushi with the seaweed on the inside and the rice on the outside. And so this was so different to me. And did you know that these are really bad for the environment? They cause so much pollution, these little plastic fishies. And I don't know why we can't make these biodegradable. It's 2024, people. Why are we still doing dumb things? Listen, I'm not the most sustainable person of the planet, but I try and do little things that I can. As a consumer that loves convenience, I need the stores to be stepping up their game too. Okay, anyway, back to the food.
It's so good. So you've got all this soft, nice rice around the outside, plus the soft chicken in the center. With a nice little crunchy cucumber. It's a wonderful thing. This is without a doubt one of my favorite snacks. Even when we're just filming behind the scenes, if I see a Sushi Hub, I'm there.
If there's a Sushi Hub, Doug and Jamie are gonna grub. And the vibe of this place is obviously on the street, grab and go. They're really quick, really efficient, and they usually have like a good amount of staff. You're in, you're out, you're eating delicious food. So they're efficient, they're quick. Like I said, it's not just the quality of how they make the sushi that's efficient, it's the whole experience of Sushi Hub is military precision quality sushi. Sushi Hub, call me.
Let's get at it.
We're on the corner of Burke Street right now, if you know, and it is very busy and everyone is staring at us.
So far we have gotten our breakfast sorted out, our lunch sorted out, plus our snacks sorted out as well. And it's all had meticulous planning going into it to make sure that the deals are right. But for dinner, we are going to do a bit of a wild card event. We are going to a food court that is generally known as a good sort of local food court where there is some cheap eats there, but we have no idea what we're going to find when we get there. So we'll see what happens when we get there, if we can find a dinner for $12 or less.
Wow, so we're fancy, huh? Welcome to the Paramount Food Court. Well, we're almost there, but it's down that way.
You remember this one from episode 1, we just couldn't stay away. We had to come back. These prices won't do. So we've scanned this whole food court. There's one little pocket left, but so far this whole food court, it's out of our budget range. The cheapest thing that we've seen here so far is a $14 meal. So fingers crossed for the last 3. We have a winner, the last one left. Literally the very last shop as you do the circle of the food court, or the very first one depending which way you come in, but for us it was the last one. We've got a $12 and a rice.
A $12 in the rice?
$12 and a rice. It's what's called a meat and rice deal, so a little bit of meat, a little bit of rice on the side. $12 is your main. There are the bowls there. Let's see what we get for 12 bucks.
I think we're gonna end up splitting this one because we're both so full.
So we ended up coming to the Paramount Food Court, which has a lot of places around it. They're all Southeast Asian themed. There's a couple of Indian ones sprinkled in around it as well. And it is known on Google for the place to go and get authentic, cheap eats for that region. However, walking around, the vibe of
Are you looking for the toilets?
Yay!
Yeah, they're back around the corner by the escalators. I know. It's
The vibe of it does feel authentic. You feel like you're walking around a Southeast Asian market, which is cool. However, when it comes to the prices, now that we've done this series of cheap eats around Melbourne for $12 or less, you know, we're towards the end of episode 3. This is the dinner option. A lot of those were around $14, $16 as the lowest price and then going up from there. And we've seen quite a few places around Melbourne where you can get a damn good deal like that. So I think maybe the conversation around Paramount Food Course might go from it's super cheap and affordable to it does feel super homey when you're looking for food from that region. Having said that, we did find one meal deal for $12 or less, and it came in right at $12, which was one main and some rice on the side. Firstly, the serving size is full. They're not screwing around with the serving size at all. The options of main were a little limited. It was 2 chicken options, one being just shredded chicken, which means there's not a lot of meat on it. It's a lot of just chicken shavings. And the other one was liver chicken, like chopped up bits of liver from a chicken, and pork. So pretty limited options when it comes to the main. And then with the rice on the side, it's just a classic steamed white rice. It's a pretty simple $12 meal. Considering the amount of love that we got in the food and the amount of craftsmanship that went into breakfast for $12, it's a bit of a stark difference, I'm not gonna lie. When you're looking at it visually, what you get for $12 is very different between breakfast and dinner, or some of the other places that we've been to on the cheap eats. But let's try it out.
So yeah, I wasn't really happy with the meat options that they did have. I'm glad that we were able to find something here because I did not feel like having to pull out the phones and do all the research. So when you're in a pinch, this food court I think would serve a lot of people well, but the chicken doesn't look, it looks dried out, I will say. It looks dried out. There were other options there that looked a lot tastier, but were out of the budget of $12. So if you have a couple extra dollars, there's probably other things on their menu that would be a more appealing, but this just looks like dried out chicken. Oh, and it's, yeah, so I think that there were better options, but we're on a budget.
This might be the worst thing out of the whole series.
You like it?
It's sweeter than I imagined. I thought it was gonna be super, super dried out, but it's like sticky sweet.
It is dried out.
It is, but it's not as dried out as I thought it would be.
It has flavor, but it's almost like a crackling.
That's weird. That's not what I expected. You really don't like it, do you?
It's like a crackling,
It's very sweet.
and I like crackling, it's very, very sweet.
Yeah.
But it just feels like it's the leftover bits of the chicken.
Absolutely.
The crusty leftover bits of the chicken that they've just thrown with some rice.
Yeah, I don't know what they've done here. It's like they've taken leftover bits of chicken breast, called it shredded chicken, and then chucked it in a hot pot full of a honey sticky sauce.
Yeah.
And gone, that'll do.
It's a very interesting flavor.
Not bad.
He likes it. It's a no from me.
Come here and try this. This is good. Around food court, it slaps.
It's so dried out.
It is very dry.
It's such dried.
But the
and, like,
rice is soft.
I know, but it doesn't matter. It's like the exact opposite of the Taiwanese chicken that we had in part 2. That was so tender and juicy. This is the opposite of that.
It's the worst thing we've had on the entire series, but it's not that bad.
No, the
considering it's the
octopus
worst thing
was
that
too
we've had.
salty.
Oh yeah, the octopus was bad. That was just salt.
You ate it all though.
I know.
That's not to say I wouldn't come back to Paramount Food Court to get something else
Yeah,
when we aren't on a budget. It's just to say that when you're limited on budget, it doesn't affect the quality sometimes, and that seems to be the case here. I can't believe he's still eating it. It's just, look how dried out. This looks like the tentacle. It's hard. Look, chicken shouldn't do this. Like,
is it?
ow, it's hurting my teeth.
I like all the options here. I absolutely would come back. A few of the places are licensed as well, so they sell beer as well. I think if we were having a night in the city where we were bar hopping, what have you, coming here for a feed,
Yeah.
absolutely.
$14, $16, just up the budget slightly.
Yeah, the fact that we had to get dried out chicken that has been covered up with honey is because we're just trying to do this on the
Yeah,
$12.
it's the challenge of the $12 budget. Again, we left this as the wild card, so there was always going to be a chance that it was going to be a flop. If you like dried out chicken, then you'll love this.
Don't say it like that. If you like honey chicken that's crunchy and delicious,
if you
then
like-
you'll like.
If you like dried chicken, you'll like this. Doug likes dried chicken because that's how he cooks it.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to cook chicken, so he's probably used to this.
Someone officially made it like this. A chef makes it like this. I'm sorry, I just make my chicken the Taiwanese way. I'm sorry.
Thai.
That's what I said.
Taiwan. No, this is
Oh
Thailand.
yeah, I make my chicken the Thai way. That is what it is.
The only thing I've learned from this is that I'm not doing a wild card again, okay? I am not willing to take the risk, okay? Because that was a flop. You guys, I gotta go. Woo! That's a wrap, baby!
3 days. Although that last one, Jamie still hasn't decided whether or not that's a dinner. We spent about, well, this entire time walking over here on whether or not that was actually worthwhile being called a dinner. I maintain that it was. I really enjoyed it.
That was not even a meal, okay? It wasn't a dinner, it wasn't anything. I would never get it again. All that to say, I would not use that meal to judge whether or not I would go back to that same restaurant. I just think that they have better options available. So just don't go there with the $12 budget and you should be good.
I always thought maybe breakfast would be the hardest one, but dinner is sort of the hardest one to
Yeah.
get for $12.
Again, I think it comes down to doing your research. We did not do the research on this, and we just kind of left it up in the air as a wild card.
Yeah.
So I think the prep goes a long way when you're doing these like extreme budget kind of things. It's not $12. It's $12. Like,
Especially for dinner.
yeah.
For lunch around the city, you get a lot of deals, a lot of lunch deals. But
And
for dinner,
snacks,
it's,
yeah.
But for dinner, it's very like you need a main course for $12.
Yeah.
And I guess we're 2 out of 3 because that one is a sparse dinner. But I liked it.
Would you crave it again?
Never.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, by the way, our picks of the day, like our top food item that we ate today, mine was the pancetta and the egg sandwich this morning. That stole my heart.
Mine was probably the crunchy chicken at the end. That dinner.
Are you
chicken.
kidding me? Are you serious?
The bao bun that I had was really.
Oh yeah, I was about to throw him out the car. We loved the breakfast spot for today. Back to the outro.
Let us know down there in the comments section. Crispy chicken with honey sauce. Would you eat it?
That sounds good. That sounds like a battered crispy chicken. Would you eat a dried out, shredded, very thin, hard to chew chicken that tastes very sweet with some rice?
Yeah. Let us know that down there in the comments. And number 2, when you go to a donut place like Walker's Donuts, you saw the selection that was there today. Drop down your donut order right there in the comments
Yes.
as well. I'm a big Boston cream guy. I used to be a peanut butter guy, but then I had a donut that had too much peanut butter and it ruined the whole peanut butter
Yeah.
experience for me.
Yeah, so let us know your favorite donut in the comments below. Maybe we'll do a donut video where we like try all our subscribers' favorite donuts. We'll do a donut series.
Okay.
Yes, if you guys contribute to that, we might just do a little donut series where we like try your favorite donut, like maybe a 3-part series, and we'll pick a few of them. I don't know. We'll see.
We could add it into like a road trip. Like
Yeah.
if you guys let us know your favorite donuts, we could maybe grab one each episode on a road trip that we do.
Something
Something
we'll do
like
something.
that. We'll figure it out
We'll
to
do
integrate
something.
it
We'll
into
do
the
something.
channel.
But yeah, let us know your favorite donut in the comments. Well, that wraps up part 3 of this series. I can't believe that we've made it this far. This is going to be a 4-part series. I am really pushing to make it a 5-part series because we have found some like really good places that I want to try out. And I even found a place, I'm not going to say it. I don't want to ruin it, but you'll just have to wait and see. We've hit the streets of Melbourne City on the hunt for some cheap eats. It's been interesting to say the least. It's hard. Look, chicken shouldn't do this. I mean, we've definitely had some delicious food along the way. Wow, flavor bomb.
Things are so soft. They're like a cloud filled with meat. I love them so much.
I'm a banh mi girl. This is so gooey, so soft on the inside.
Really good. This place is really good.
Some of it, not so much. Stop.
Let me feed you.
No.
What's wrong with you?
But it's been a journey of discovery. Our budget for this series has been set to $12 per meal each. Our goal to visit at least 4 different locations and switch up the cuisine throughout the day. And to give you our honest thoughts. I don't think I've ever had a noodle this thick.
Yeah.
If you're jumping in from last week, let's just hope that today ends better than part 3 did. Good morning and welcome to part 4 of the food series.
This week we're jumping straight back in to see if we can, I don't know, fix what happened last week because we left it with a little bit of a low on what dinner was. So we are looking for breakfast, lunch and dinner, maybe a snack as well, all for $12 or less. We want to see what the vibe is, what the price is, how does it taste, and of course, if we didn't have a budget, what is the one thing on the menu that we would grab as well?
Yeah, a banh mi. I'm still dreaming of that banh mi from part 3.
Also, today is going to be a little bit more challenging because this is a Sunday and we've been coming in during the weekdays or a Saturday, and then Melbourne CBD is notorious for just sort of shutting down on a Sunday. It is a business district, so if
Yeah.
there's not business going on, there's not a lot of those breakfast and lunch specials that you would expect in a big city. So today's going to be a little bit harder considering it's a Sunday.
But we are going to find some breakfast. I'm really excited because it's actually across the street. So let's go check it out. You guys, Doug has never had French toast before, and I'm not going to lie, this does not look like the best French toast I've ever had, but I'm excited for him to try it for the first time. I just don't know if this should be the first experience.
But it is. It's nice.
Is it?
It's nice. Yeah. It's very eggy.
I gotta make him like homemade French toast.
It's like
I wish it was more cinnamony to the pancakes. Pancakes are better than the French toast.
She finally got her pancakes.
I just can't believe the prices on this menu. $11 for a little short stack? Unheard of in the Melbourne CBD. We're gonna go enjoy this and we will catch up with you guys after for a full recap.
Okay.
Woo!
Cafe Exolo. I don't know if the French toast was excellent. Apparently French toast is meant to be super cinnamony and sweet, but
Yeah.
again, to me, French toast just seems like wet bread and egg.
Yeah, I don't think Doug's had great experiences of French toast, but that's okay, guys, because now we are on a mission. Operation Get Doug Some Good French Toast. Now, while I wouldn't go to Cafe Exolo for the French toast, if you are looking for a cheap feed in the city, breakfast vibes, price on the menu, they haven't changed. Inflation has not hit that place, and I am a fan and I respect it, okay? So the pancakes, they were
Pancakes
good.
are banging. Yeah, and we also snatched some hash browns as well. Since we're saying meals for $12 or less, we're combining them and it was $24. When you add on a hash brown, you still make that $24 limit, and then we just chucked on one more for fun anyway. But the
Yeah.
hash browns and the pancakes were great.
It is very windy in the city today, if you cannot tell. Pancakes, $11. French toast, $10. And then $3 for a hash brown.
So you got a Parmigiana in there, which these days at a regular restaurant's going for like $25. This one is still $18. You got a steak sandwich in there for $21.
No,
Well,
18. Nothing,
sorry, 18.
nothing was
Right.
over $20.
Yeah. And we're looking at other people's portion sizes coming out. It's all great stuff. So I think the French toast was one of the things on the menu that just landed a little bit flat, but everything else looked great. The vibe of the place as well, not only have the prices stayed the way they used to be in the 90s, but the vibe of the place is the same. You know the sort of modern city cafe where everything's just white with black trim? This doesn't have that at all. This has got a very old school aesthetic. It feels very old school. The menus reflect that. The vibe of the place reflects that. I liked it a lot. It was like
Yeah.
a blast from the past.
Yeah, it was. And it feels like mom and pop shop, like family working there, daughter helping serve. Like, that's the vibe it was giving.
This is Parliament Park. We're in the CBD, in the government precinct section. They could charge whatever they wanted. These people around us are the government. They're on government salaries. They could charge whatever they want for eggs on toast, and the people that work in this precinct are going to pay it.
Yeah.
And they still charge a more reasonable price than other places out in the suburbs of Melbourne. So,
Yeah.
really cool to see. On camera.
Wind, allergies,
The worst.
spring is here. Trust me, guys, I was looking so hard to try and find somewhere where we could get pancakes. I didn't think it was going to be possible to get pancakes for $12 alone, never mind less than $12. I still can't believe that I got a short stack of pancakes, 3 pancakes, for $11 in the Melbourne city across from Parliament Station. I still can't believe it, and I hope that they stay this way forever.
Next up, the next challenge is going to be lunch. I think this one is going to be a little bit of a challenge because, again, it's Sunday, so some of those business lunch specials aren't going to be here. So let's see if we can rustle up a lunch for $12 or less.
I mean, I need to digest the pancakes, okay, guys? But we'll see you at lunchtime. We're gonna go walk this off.
Well, just as we have predicted, Sunday in the CBD means the place that we plan to go to for lunch is not going to be working. So we're hitting Google and we're hitting the streets. We are going to find this meal for lunch.
We're gonna get a burger, an Aussie burger. Well, not an Aussie burger because they have beetroot.
A burger of some sort for under $12. We're going to find it. Believe that. Let's go. You never been to one of these? So we just got here to Beast City. On Google they say they have a Sunday special, but these owners just took over a couple of months ago and They don't do that anymore. They were very happy for us to show them the photo that's on the menu section of their Google Maps. He said he's gonna take that down, which is gold. But yeah, this is part of the problem of like trying to do this on a Sunday. However, having said that, they still do a $5 taco special, which is pretty cool. But since we are right here on the corner of Chinatown in Melbourne, we think we might just go for a good old wander and have a look at some Chinatown specials and see if we can find something.
Who knows what we're gonna find? Who knows what's for lunch, okay? Let us know in the comments, what are you having for lunch? I can't see you because it's so blinding right now. I need to put these back on. Oh, and if you wanted to know, Beast City is right next door to the giant chicken, the giant piece of chicken that we had in part 1 or 2?
Part 1.
Part 1. So if you haven't seen part 1, go check that out. I ate a piece of chicken that's the size of my head. We're really not having much luck for lunch today, guys. This has been our biggest struggle yet. It's just getting worse.
The little Chinatown's meant to be cheap.
Okay guys, we found something. $12.80.
Can we get something a little bit more filling?
Shredded cucumber. Let's see if we can find something else. Wow, these little characters.
100% get a freezer. We just found a Japanese vending machine, and I love these things purely because they're usually just a little bit gimmicky, but the gimmick has got to me today. There is a Dragon Ball Z drink. I don't even know what it tastes like. I don't care. Check this out. Freezer. Right there. I'm getting one of them.
How much is it?
$4.
It's under $12?
It's under $12 fits me budget, mate. It's called Ocean Bomb. Orange flavored, apparently. Freezer. Let's have a look. That's a good Fanta. That is a good Fanta. Tastes exactly like Fanta. Nice, refreshing. Right, I've topped up on a delicious beverage, but we've done a lap of Chinatown. We've found 2 places that might be okay. We were just checking our options. We've looked at a lot of places, maybe 20 different restaurants by now. Very hard to find something for exactly $12. One of the options that we're looking for, $12.90.
Yeah, so
And
we might have to push the budget out, but it is what it is because this is pushing the rest of the day out. We're on a time limit here, so we can't keep looking all day for lunch because lunch is going to be over. So we're going to have to pull some triggers, might splurge a little on the budget. It's getting a bit hectic. There's protests going on in the city right now. The police have shut down all of Lonsdale Street. It's crazy.
The real question is, how is this going to affect the local lunch prices? That is really what I'm concerned.
All right, we got lunch. I don't know how, but we did it. We ended up going to a place called Rice Workshop. It's right at the end of Tattersfall Lane. I don't even know what street it's on. I'll put it on the screen. Near the dumpling spot that we went on night one.
Rice Workshop is clearly one of those places where the locals know how it works. It's very regimented. It's pick out what you want. They whip it up, they slide it down, you go pay for it at the end of the counter. It's almost like the place we went to in episode 2. Very regimented, very military. But from what I can feel, it's also one of those places that gives you a damn good deal. When we were doing the laps, looking for somewhere for an $11 lunch special, I'm not kidding guys, we found a slice of sandwich like this. Tiny little sandwiches that were $11 to $12. So to get something nice and full like this, good deal.
We are just outside one of the little sections in the QV building, so there's a lot of foot traffic coming by us, so everyone's staring at us once again.
At least they're not playing music here.
Yeah.
Portion sizes are nice and big, pretty much this entire container. There's my hand, there's the container. Pretty much the entire container is filled to the brim, and it doesn't look like it is just stuffed with rice either. There's a lot of good meat on top, a lot of good veggies on top. Of course, there is plenty of rice when you start to dig through it, but not bad at all for the portion size.
They had a lot of different sauces that you could put on, but I got overwhelmed and I didn't know what they were. So I just poured a little soy sauce and like ran. I'm like, this is how I'm going to feel when I go to different countries like Japan. There were sections that we walked through that nothing was in English. They didn't have any prices, and it was just like very like throwing you in the deep end. And I was like, I'm gonna really need to get used to this if we're gonna start traveling overseas more in Southeast Asia and all those kind of things. So,
Which we do have planned for 2025.
yeah, spoiler. Well, we have something planned. We haven't finalized anything, but we're still trying to make up the rest of 2024, okay? But we would love to go do some Southeast Asia or something in 2025. So let us know in the comments if you would be down to see that.
What are you doing there?
Isn't that what you do with chopsticks?
I've never heard of this.
Oh.
Is this a thing? Please let us know down in the comments.
You break them and then you do this to get like any fraying off or something?
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't. Let us know
I don't know,
if
is
this
this a thing? I don't know who told me to do
I
that.
thought you were just having like a little OCD thing while you were talking. I was
No.
like, no? Okay.
If you're just following along here, I've been challenging myself to get better with chopsticks, so anytime I have the opportunity to use them, I've been using them. Very poorly probably, but don't make fun of me. I am trying new things, all right? It's one of my personal goals for the year, so
You had a whole rice bowl the other day with chopsticks.
I know, but I still feel self-conscious doing it, especially on the camera.
Fair enough.
So this one's the teriyaki one. The chicken chunks are nice and big. Big pieces of chicken, nice big pieces of chicken. I'm really excited about this. Half of it's rice, but for $12, and like he said, like we were really struggling. I didn't think we were gonna get something like this is nice and balanced and protein, carbs, some veggies.
Yeah.
So I'm so happy with this.
And I'm not mad that it's full of rice, considering it's Rice Workshop. Like,
Yeah.
all right, beef, onion, rice, whole lot. Oh yeah.
Good?
Oh yeah.
Let me try. Now I have to try that one.
That beef is delicious.
Is
That's
it?
got a nice and meaty taste to it. The onion is right there as well, nice and juicy. That is full of flavor. That is. It's an instant yes.
So this is their signature beef. It's like very thinly shaven beef, and then it's got like almost like a teriyaki taste. Even though I know that one's teriyaki, but it has like a hint of sweetness.
Yeah. I'd be going back for that. I would legit go back for that. Just wandering around the city.
That's so good.
That's so good.
That's
I'm
a win.
eating that right now. There's none of that's coming home.
This one has more like salad in it. The teriyaki chicken, that's mainly just meat and rice, which is what he's all about.
That looks fresher. Like a lot of fresh vegetables on top of that. Yeah.
The chicken's like nice and charcoaled.
Nice.
Let me get some veggies
Got some veg.
if I can. I might have to pull out the fork, guys. I never ate salad with chopsticks.
You're right. You're gonna review it or just keep eating?
Sorry. The teriyaki sauce is really, really good. The chicken's like tender, juicy, and charcoal. It tastes like it came straight off the grill. It's not like, it's so good. Try a piece.
Alright.
Give him the tiniest
Yeah,
little
thanks. Thanks for giving me some of your food, mate.
piece. Seriously.
It is
Try
good.
it.
And this was the cheapest thing on the menu. It did come in at $12.90, so we did have to push that budget just a little bit. But everything else on there was fairly reasonably priced. Everything was around $15, $16. Some things went all the way up to $20. They had udon there as well. And if you wanted to stay and eat too, there was also some beer in the back fridge that I noticed. So
Of course he noticed that.
No, I bloody saw that, mate. Don't worry about that. So this is one of those places you could actually go and sit down and fill up a nice big bowl and get into it, like I'm about to.
If we had no budget, I probably would get the same picks.
Yeah, I love this meal.
I don't know what this is though. What is this red thing? Oh, guys, I'm not good at testing new
It's only
food.
vegetable. It can't be anything that weird.
What is this? Is it peppers? Oh, it's not. It's something pickled. It's nice. I just don't know what it is.
Okay, we are clearly enjoying this lunch that we managed to find for $12. So I think we are going to shovel this down, go for a bit of a walk, and catch up with you after we fill our face. We're here at another udon spot, and we just saw the special on the wall while we were walking around filming this a couple of days ago. So we figured we had to come in at one of them.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
So you get 3 pieces of karaage chicken and a beer, and it's not a small pot either, for $12, which is a great little snack for us. I think we'd take that.
This is such a good little deal.
It's a great deal.
All right, I know nobody asked, but I love bread top. I love Bread Top.
Not relevant to this series.
Everything in there, well, it is, because you can definitely get items for under $12 in there, but every item, everything's made out of a soft, fluffy cloud, and it's so delicious and so desserty, and so it's like heaven. If you like sweets, if you like donuts and almond croissants, it's like soft, doughy. The dough is just, it's on another level, mate. It's not on another level. All right, go to Bread Top. Go to Bread Top, okay? Do yourself a favor. I don't know why he's such a Bread Top hater.
I'm not. It's just got nothing to do with this series.
Yes, it does. We could add it to the series because it's under $12. It's just delicious.
We're in the protest again.
Oh, we're in the protest again. All right, it is time for dinner. We're here at the Asian Beer Cafe. It is so loud. We are right across from the protests, right on the balcony.
It's like they've been following us all day. Everywhere we go, the protests are there. And I guess since they are just doing laps of the city today, that's probably why.
So are we.
Yeah.
But they have a special on for $5 pizzas, so that is dinner for tonight. And you can get a small or a regular for $5, and then the large one for $8. We're still a bit full from the day, so we're just gonna get 2 $5 pizzas. But what a steal! Let's see what they have for flavors.
That's barbecue chicken goodness.
This one does have jalapenos on it, so I'm just gonna pick around them because there was no option to get them off. I'm gonna eat the first jalapeno, but that's it. The drizzle is spicy too.
Oh no.
Get this if you like spicy. Hot. It's spicy. It's spicy, but it's good.
We just left somewhere called the Asian Beer Cafe, which is a bloody classic in Melbourne. The vibe of it is hang out and have a few beers.
If you want to come in here for an early dinner, like 5 p.m., you can grab their pizza specials. But even without the specials, this place is pretty affordable. So it is a great spot for a cheap fee.
So this place is known for being able to pick your own music on the phone, cheap late night drinks, cheap lunchtime specials. It is a real cool, I don't know, almost a backpacker kind of hangout.
It's definitely a backpacker vibe.
It's a backpacker. It's just a vibe in there. Like when I used to work in this city, I would go there. It is a chilled out spot. I like it a lot. I like an Asian Beer Cafe, or an ABC as the locals like to call it, quite a lot.
When I first moved here and I lived in the city, like a lot of the Brits, backpackers would come here. The floors are sticky, the pizzas are cheap, and the drinks, you know, you're gonna get your specials here. The drinks are fairly priced. So that's what I know and love it for, is for just that nostalgia of when I first moved here and I met all my backpacker friends. It has a nice little balcony as well that you can overlook the city views. But there's a lot of construction going on, of course, because we're in the city.
We got the Tin Pizza, which is essentially just a barbecue chicken pizza, which was bloody delicious. Jamie got the, what did you get?
I got a popcorn chicken pizza. It had jalapenos on it, which I thought, okay, I'll just pick them off, but I didn't realize that the sauce was actually spicy as well. I don't mind a little kick. It had more than a little kick with the jalapenos, but I still ate the whole thing, okay? So it was delicious, and if you do like good kick on your pizza, I highly recommend it. The chicken was good. It was good. It was $5. Like, I had nothing to complain about. And like, if we were in the city wanting to grab dinner before an event or something, and you just want something quick and cheap, it'll do you good. But we also saw that they have $12 curries all day, every day. And I don't know if it's just a winter special, but I couldn't believe it. We walked so far trying to find a $12 lunch special, and it was here the whole time. But it is starting to rain, so we're gonna find some cover and
Let's get out of here.
yeah. All right.
That is it, guys. Episode 4 of our $12 or less meals in Melbourne. Did we make every single meal $12 or less? No. We might have failed at lunch. That was $12.90, but close enough.
We did our best, okay? And we had so much fun. We explored so many different places, and I feel like every single day I was like, I'm so glad we did this series, because we would come back for the next episode and I'd be like, oh, that's where we had this, oh, that's where we had that. And I feel like we discovered, just in this little 4-part series, we discovered so many different places that we could come for a quick feed if we are in the city. And it just makes my heart so happy. Like, my favorite spot of today was probably the Karaji Chicken, the little snack spot.
We went to that amazing breakfast place where you could get a classic, I don't know, mid-noughties breakfast for a mid-noughties price. We went to that wonderful place called Rice
Workshop or
Rice
something?
Workshop. Brilliant, nice, big, full of rice. We went and had a cheeky little snack. That was delicious. And ABC for dinner.
Yeah. It was a solid day, but I think the Karaji chicken and the beer were my favorite, because I just couldn't get over how good of a deal it was for a little snack. Like, it's not a full meal. Like, don't go there expecting a full meal, but I just had the best time there. The vibes were great. The staff was great. They were just so friendly, and I don't know. I can't wait to go back there.
If I was to pick a different one for my favorite, I'd just be lying. I would just be lying. I love that place so much. Like, a beer alone in this city costs $12. To get some chicken thrown in as well as the table service and how friendly the staff were.
And the chicken was good. It wasn't dried out like yesterday's.
Yeah, snack place was my favorite. It was amazing.
Can I get in?
Yeah.
If you want.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
This is our newest subscriber.
Subscribe, DJ Adventures. So let us know down there in the comments, out of all the places that we have been to, not just in today's episode, but in all 4 episodes of this series, which one would be the one that you would want to go and visit the most, and which one would be the one that you'd be quite happy to never see again in your life?
The dried out chicken. Okay, we already know it's the dried out chicken.
It wasn't that bad.
It's the dried out chicken. And maybe keep an eye out, because maybe we're gonna sneak in a cheeky part 5 to this series and finally go visit the Big Aussie Burger, mate.
We're going to be back in the van very, very soon, so keep your eye out for that.
With that, thank you so much for watching. Consider subscribing, and we hope to see you tuning in to another video soon. Bye!